Hey, good morning, everybody, and welcome to episode 38 of the Michael Pina Sr. Show. I'm your host, Michael Pina Sr., and it's April 20th, 2018. Hey, listen, before I even start anything, I want to remind everybody that this Sunday, make sure that you go to Facebook Live. Well, go to Facebook, like my page, Pina Financial Coaching, and then you can watch Facebook Live Sunday at 6 p.m. Jack Lally. Jack Lally will be in here on Sunday night, and it's going to be a great interview. I mean, I can't wait to interview this guy. You know, again, youngest guy to be councilman in the city of Brockton, and it's going to be exciting. And he's 21 years old now. He's won re-election, so we're going to find out where he's at, and it'll be exciting. So I want you to check that out on Facebook Live. Okay, listen. John Paulson said, "I still think buying a home is the best investment any individual can make." And an unknown author said this one, "Happiness is buying your first home." And that's what we're going to talk about today, because Meg and I, again, went to a great workshop. It was a home buyers workshop. And it's put on, I hope you can see this, and I'm holding it up for you podcast listeners, Harbor One U. I mean, I'm going to promote the crap out of these people, because I'm going to tell you, it was a free workshop, and the education level that they gave was just unbelievable. I mean, please go on to Harbor One U, and we went to Mansfield. They have one in Brockton, but we were in Mansfield last night, and they have different workshops. And I'm actually going to another one that's going to be June 8th about small business owners, and it's a boot camp. So I mean, they do an unbelievable job. And if you're buying a home, this was very important for you to go to. And I don't care if you're a first-time home buyer or, you're a home buyer. Even if you're a seller, you should go to this so you're learning, okay? And I continuously tell you that you need to update and continue your education. And I'm doing this because of, my position that I'm in now as a financial coach. I want to make sure that I can give you and tell you the right things to do. But just to get into this real quick now, first off, I tell you to make sure that you get through your debt. And that's one thing right off the bat I'm going to tell you I didn't like about it. I'm going to tell you what I didn't like. They try to teach you how to buy a home while you've got credit cards. All they do is tell you to make sure that you only have, say you have a $2,000 credit limit, that you're only up to $1,000 in your credit card. So you're up half of what your credit limit is. Make sure, listen, get out of debt. We're following the baby steps. Baby step 2, we get out of debt. Baby step 3, we get 3 to 6 months emergency fund. Baby step 3B, we save for a home. But with that being said, what I really liked is they had a panel of what you need to put together of a team, and they were sitting in front of you, and each one spoke. And it's important. You gotta buy his realtor. Her name was Kathy Doherty. I gotta give shout outs to her. She did a great job. But you also need an insurance agent. You need a closing attorney, a tax advisor, a loan officer, and a home inspector. They were all there last night, and they all had that chance to speak and tell you about each individual, each individual component in your team. And they're there to work for you. And, most times you have your buyer's realtor. She could put together this team for you, but you need people around you that you can trust. And you need to understand this. When I talk about investments and everything, I tell everybody, make sure before you buy anything, you understand fully what it is that you're buying. Let me tell you something. The biggest investment that most of us make in our lifetime is buying a home. You better understand what you're doing and what you're putting your money into, because this is a big investment. I mean, around here in Brockton, we're talking about Brockton, homes are going for $350,000. This lady was talking about Norton. Norton's like the cheapest place you can buy right now. Homes are going for $285 to $300. This is no like cheap investment that you're making. This is nothing that you're just buying like a pack of gum. You don't want to like just, make an impulse purchase here. We're talking something that you need to study. You need to understand. I want you to trust who you're working with. And that's what I thought it was important to put together this team. And you put together a realtor, you get your realtor. That's the first person that you got to trust. You want to trust who you're working with, 100%. But you need to educate yourself. You need to understand what it is that you're buying and what it is that you're doing, okay? And that was the most important thing that I got out of this. Because Meg and I we're looking to sell our home, but we're looking to buy a home too. And we're trying to piece it together and figure it out in a way that we can do it. They answered some questions for us. But just starting out, a lot of you that maybe you're buying a home don't even know what a listing looks like. You should get a listing, and I hope you could see this, because again, they gave you a chance to look at a listing. Take a look at a listing, start studying it. Decide what your wants and your needs are. Make sure you understand what a listing is. Make sure you know what a purchase offer is. Make sure they had all that last night. A purchase and sale agreement. Make sure you know what this stuff is. Study it. Don't just trust it. Don't just sign your name on things. Make sure you know what it is that you're putting your name on, okay? And that's what I thought was great about having each individual talk and having an attorney talk. And Meg was there with me again last night, and she's taking notes. And one of the biggest things that she took out of this that I by reading her notes is, the biggest thing going into buying a home is you have to have a good, solid budget. That's a quote from Meg. That's out of her notes. Here's another big thing that Meg wrote. Buy within your means. And, they're telling you about putting 5% down. They're talking about, the different loans that you can get. The loan officer talked about. And I'm going to recommend that you save up at least 20% to put down in a home. And I just told you, homes are going for $300,000. I mean, that's a big chunk of money. I mean, we're talking like 60 grand. So it's, you've got work to do if you're going to be able to really do this. Because not only that, I mean, the notes that I took out of it, one of the biggest things, because I'm trying to figure out, okay, what it is that we need to be able to save. Because you're going to need money for closing fees. $3,500 approximately for closing fees. $4,500 for prepaid items, which is insurance, escrow, interest accounts, And then, you got to have money to put down. You have to have a 5% just to put on the purchase and sale agreement. So, I mean, I based it on $250,000 because those are the homes that we're looking at in New Hampshire. Again, if you can't afford this area, you might be looking somewhere else. But the homes we're looking at in New Hampshire, and we're going to pay cash for, are $250,000. But in order for us just to put a purchase and sale agreement in, you have to put 5% down. That's $12,500. So you've got to have this money. So just for Meg and I, we're looking at, over 20 grand, about $21,000, and we want to buy the house cash. So you better have this money set up. You got to have this money set up in accounts. And if you want to put 20% down, that's another 60 grand. So you might need for a $300,000 home, you might need about $80,000. That's what I was getting out of this. It's not, something that you're going to go out and just buy tomorrow. It's not something that you're going to be able to just do in a day or whatever. I mean, you got to put some planning in. And while you're doing that planning, you need to educate yourself. And that's what I was so excited about going to this last night. I mean, I never went to something like this before we bought our home. I tried to educate myself, but I'm going to tell you the truth. I mean, I got more out of last night than I've ever gotten out of something about buying a home. And I can't go over everything because it was pretty in depth. I mean, the home inspection, you got to get a great home inspector. And this guy was unbelievable. Dreamweaver.com. Go on to dreamweaver.com if you need a home inspecting. Because you got to make sure that you're not buying a lemon. You want to make sure that you're not buying a home that needs a ton of work. And he's talking about Title V. You got to know what Title V is. That's having, a proper septic system, and that could cost you 20 grand. Oil tank removal. He was talking about a home that they didn't even know that there was an oil tank in there, in the ground. Like they used to build them like that. That's 15 grand to remove an oil tank. If you have an illegal bathroom in the basement he was talking about, it costs these people 4 grand to remove this bathroom. So these are things that you need to know. These are things that are going to cost you money. And you got to plan and educate yourself on this. So please go to HarborOne.com. HarborOne.com. They're going to have more of these home buyers networks. If you're planning on buying a home, I'm telling you right now, you got to make me your coach, because this is a lot of stuff that you got to go over. We got to go over your budget. We got to go over what baby step you're on. We got to make sure we make a plan so that you have a down payment and you're ready to buy a home. So listen, Jack Lally coming in here again Sunday night, and that's the next time I'm going to be on air with you, is Sunday night. And please catch that. It's going to be incredible. Great interview. And please go to michaelpenasenior.com to catch everything. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Download podbean.com. You can listen to the interview with Jack Lally on that. And you can also, my first interview with Michael Pena Jr. is on there. He's coming back in studio. I believe it will be, it's going to be in May. I think it's the 3rd week of May. He's coming in, and we're going to get an update on him. He's got some good, exciting things to tell you. So he's getting to the other side of what he went through. So, hey, listen, I'm living my passion one day at a time. I want to win. I want to help you win. Let's win together.